And we are live, coming in on a wonderful Tuesday. Welcome back, everyone. First off, I want to state a few things. I just wanted to make sure we are actually on the air here. Okay. To all my fans out there who may watch both shows I'm on, I want to personally say I had no idea that was going down on Two Men in a Room on Thursday. So I want to, I guess, apologize is the word I'm looking for. I want to apologize for the craziness that went down. Certainly, I try to do a professional show. We try to talk about great topics. We try to enlighten the audience, or at the very least, entertain the audience. So, I know a few of you jumped ship pretty quickly, and I just want to say sorry. Sorry about that. I do strive to put good quality content on here. Otherwise, I just wouldn't do it. I go back to a private life, not be here. I wouldn't be doing any of this. I wouldn't, try to do any of this. Um, so we're gonna try to get it better. We certainly are. I hope you'll come back. I hope you'll watch. I hope you'll tune in again. And hopefully everything goes smoothly from here. All right, great. Thanks for tuning in. Um, there's a reason I did this background tonight, and I want to explain that real quick before we get into the show. It's a minimalist background, okay? Because guys are minimalists, okay? Sorry, ladies, there's not going to be a freaking Monet back here or anything. There's not going to be a bright, beautiful, glowing picture. There's not going to be a bookcase full of books that you probably got whoever's in front of it and probably never read most of them. It's just this. It's this. Because guys are minimalists. If you go into a single guy's apartment, do not expect to see lighted candles. Do not expect to see nice sheets. Do not even really expect to see a TV stand most of the time because that's what guys like. Guys don't give a crap about all the other doilies and all that other fucking bullshit that people put up in homes. Sorry, that's the way it goes. So, you know what? The minimalist board is going to stay up for a while so that everybody can understand most men don't give a damn. Okay? You're not watching me for my pretty face. You're really not. You're watching me for the information I'm about to give you, for the opinions, the entertainment, and all that other good stuff. We don't need anything back here, all right? If you walk into a home and there's cinder blocks used as furniture, that's a man right there, okay? That's a man. If you walk into an apartment and there's a bunch of tables with tablecloths and frills on their curtains, if there's even curtains in there, okay, that's not a man's place. No, that's not. There may have actually been a woman in there not too very far into the past. May have even been the last hour if there's a incense burning or if there's a scented candle burning. Yeah, that dude was probably with a girl about an hour ago, in which case you want to get the hell out anyway. So, minimalist. That's a man's way right here. Okay? Minimalist. So, all right. Let some steam out there. Let's get into it. Let's welcome everyone to the show all the way out in Bend, Oregon. If you're listening, it's 6 o'clock. Grab some dinner, hang out. Let's talk. Let's go with that. Hello, everyone in Helena, Montana. It's 7 o'clock. Thank you for joining the show. Everybody up in St. Paul, Minnesota. Hey, hope you guys are hanging in up there, especially around Madison, Wisconsin. I heard about what happened. Um, really sorry to see something like that happen. I hope they could find out why it happened and what we could do to keep our children safer, like talk to them more. if this was a child who just lashed out because they weren't being listened to. I mean, listen to your children, parents. You need to start parenting. So, sorry for that. And then to see caucus when slash Atlantic City, New Jersey. It's 9 o'clock hour. You're joining the angriest man in Orlando to talk about all the angry stuff we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to have a fun time. This is going to be the second to last show. So I won't be on next week. It's Christmas Eve. Go spend time with your family. I'll be doing some stuff. And I will be back the 31st for a really great New Year's Eve bash. We'll start it at 9. We'll roll till about 12:30 or so. There'll be drinks, there'll be food, all kinds of stuff. So if you want to join live, leave me a comment and we'll see what we can do about that. And it'll be a great time. So no show next Tuesday, 2 weeks from now, big New Year's Eve bash. Get ready for it. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. All right. So Atlantic City, New Jersey. It's a fun little town. Got some nice stuff. Got some gambling. Got some casinos. And apparently has a problem with drones. Apparently, these drones are running up and down the New Jersey coastline and the New York coastline, and no one quite knows why they're there. So let's talk about it. So the official word from the Pentagon, basically our government, is these are not military drones and these are not foreign drones. So a lot of people are saying maybe this is Iran releasing drones from a mothership. Maybe this is China again, sending stuff over the country to see what's going on with everything. They're saying it's not that. They're saying it's not that. Okay. So it leads a couple other explanations. One, they could be individual drones. Maybe, a group of people decided to just fly these things over, kind of freak people out. Some say lights are changing on them. I haven't seen any video that actually shows that. They do show lighting up and stuff like a regular Christmas tree. It's not anything huge. So it could be other military type entities. You've got CIA, you've got FBI, you've got DEA, you've got all the other 3-letter entities of the government that could be doing it. All they said was it was not military, it was not foreign. So it leaves open to a bunch of stuff. There was an individual who was on CNBC who stated that he tried to fly his own drone out there to see what these drones were, and he was actually denied permission to do it, which leads me to believe that this could be in conjunction with the government right now and what they're actually doing with it. So kind of curious on what's happening, but there's even more explanations to go off of. Okay. So this has been going on for okay. Let's get to that. Let's get to this one because this one's going to be the easiest. So they're basically UFOs. All right. Thank you, Mary Jade, for that one. They are unidentified as of right now. They are flying. They are objects. So yeah, they're technically UFOs, or what's the new term, like UFIs or something like that. Are they alien type vehicles? Well, they said they're not foreign, so that could be the purview of foreign to this planet. Would aliens just fly drones around here? I mean, you've got a good enough space force, you could just invade at this point. I mean, we're in a lot of calamity right now, which I'll start breaking down in a little bit. You've got a new incoming president into the United States of America, possibly the most powerful man on the planet right now. So there's a lot of chaos going on. Could the aliens now decide this is the moment? This is the time. Get everybody on their heels. They don't know what's going on. This is the time to do it. It's a possibility. It's a possibility because, you know, for a government that can explain almost everything but never wants to, they certainly are not wanting to now. So let's go into other stuff. Could this be an, an operation from a different group? CIA, FBI, DEA, a lot of drugs, get washed up on shores. You're always hearing about it here in Florida. Could they be searching for drug smuggling, people smuggling, something like that? There is a story from an individual coming around, and I don't know. It's plausible, so I'll deliver it now. Okay, here's the story. As you may recall, there is a military battle, entanglement, whatever, between Russia and Ukraine right now. What is being thrown around, I'll say, is that several surface to air missiles were smuggled out of the Ukraine and sent to Mexico to bring into the US to hit Trump Force One with. So they may be looking for those missiles. Possibly. There was also something thrown around. Yeah, we're the Jerry Springer for aliens right now. Hey, if I'm not the biggest guy to be talking about this right now, but we'll go a little more into the alien thing as we go through this. There was talk that a nuclear warhead was then also smuggled out of Russia and may have been brought into the US. So these drones, they're flying at night when a lot of surface radiation is lowered, people aren't moving around as much. It's a little darker, there's less light, there's less heat. So you're able to pick up the radiation a bit more at night, and they think that's what they're flying around searching for. Because he states that, the only reason you fly drones at night is if you're doing ops. You're doing a mission, you're flying in, reconnaissance, delivering a missile, you're taking something out. Like, that'd be really the only reason, because you can't really see anything at night with a regular camera. You'd have to use night vision. You have to really know what surroundings you're flying around anyway. So the reasoning is that they're searching for something. So honestly, my best thing is possibly it's none of that. This is just something being thrown out there so that everybody gets riled up. Everybody gets crazy. Everybody gets infused. Maybe it's the aliens. Maybe I'm not even seeing it. Maybe it's not really there, because certainly the first message that came from the government was, well, it's not there. You're seeing planes flying by. You're seeing something else completely. You don't know what you're seeing. Then they come out and say, well, yeah, we're picking up drones, but they're not military and they're not foreign. And there's some truth to that. If this was a foreign thing, I think they would have this thing shot down pretty quickly. I think yeah, the sky balloon came over the country, but I think people are a little more awake now. They're not going to let this kind of stuff fly. So certainly you could see that. Um Yeah, Bay of Pigs all over again. It could be. Certainly with the surface to air missiles, they may be trying to move stuff closer, getting ready. Trump's not president yet. And yet he's going around talking to all these world leaders right now, and everyone's trying to fly to Mar-a-Lago to talk to him. Everybody knows who's in charge right now. So you get ready for a moment when you can do it. You can take him out. He's not someone who's just sitting in the basement waiting for January 20th. He's out and about, he's doing stuff. This could certainly be, let's get stuff ready in case we have a shot. We could take the shot. So certainly it's weird that they're up there. They've been up there for a few weeks now, apparently. Um, Sorry for not reporting that, but it's really now coming to light that they really don't want to explain it. I I would almost say that they do know what it is. They're just not stating what it is. Because here's another thing. Okay, we went through a whole lot of panic during COVID. So we kind of, you know, got mixed up with a bunch of stuff. People were panicking. People are still panicking. I don't know if anyone's been driving around looking at their fellow neighbors. I've even noticed people still wearing the face masks while they're driving. They're still, people still distancing themselves from other people. And this is Florida. I can only imagine California must still be a wreck. New York must still be a wreck. So this is kind of the test on alien invasion. Let's say they do something. Let's say they knew aliens finally broke into the galaxy. They're coming into the moon of Saturn or so. They're getting ready. What are we going to do? Okay, we have a space force here. How equipped are they? How ready are they? This could be test missions for them. Okay. They could be doing targeting, having sorry about having, objects in the sky. Are we able to target them even though they're moving around, lights, everything? Are our jets able to do it? Are our helicopters able to do it? What do we do if we can't? Where we go from there? This could all be testing procedures to see what could happen if something like that were to happen. So that could be part of it too. This may not be a, you know, clearing World War III. I've heard a few people say this is, you know, the last war that we actually had foreign involvement in, I believe, was the War of 1812. You know, uh, on American soil with foreign involvement. There really hasn't ever been any type of foreign involvement in a war since then on American soil. Yes, you had the Civil War, but that was basically the North and South fighting. Yes, you had 9/11, but it wasn't a, war type event. It was more of a, single strike destruction and loss of life event. So, a preemptive strike, I guess. So, there's never actually been a battle here in Florida or the country in quite some time. The closest I think were the Germans with some submarines, some U-boats off in the Atlantic, but never actually attacking the US at all. So again, no actual movement on that. So this could be testing the readiness of a foreign airborne attack. This could be testing the readiness of a foreign outside the earth attack. This could be they're looking for something. This could be they are searching for uh possibly radiation, possibly uranium, plutonium, something like that. They could be searching for people. They could be searching for some type of sites somewhere. Uh, Multitude of things. So look, keep your eye on the sky. If you're going to be in the New York, New Jersey area, feel free to video. Throw my name in there, Angriest Man in Orlando, if you want to. And just, yeah, um, just keep thinking about what it could be because no one really has any type of knowledge on what it could be. So it's kind of, yeah, Jerry Springer type. Yeah, throw your thoughts into their comment section. We'll go over them. Or they could be from the future. Yeah, but okay. The future thing is plausible, I guess. Think about it like this. If you were to go back into, let's say, my favorite time period, the 1870s, 1860s, 1880s, a wild, wild west time. Okay. Are you going to go back there wearing a pair of Nikes, some jeans from Levi's, who Levi who just started? I guess you could. You're not going to wear a Ralph Lauren shirt or anything like that. You're going to dress the part to fit in. Like, if you don't fit in, you're going to get captured. You're going to get questioned. It's not going to be a fun experience. The point of going to the past would be to fit into the past and then be able to possibly manipulate it a little bit for your own venture, but it would be to kind of experience the time and events of what's going on then. I mean, I wouldn't go back to like 1492 Europe unless I was planning on exploring or be stuck in the mud because I got nothing going for me. I You'd go back in time to experience the time. I don't think you would try to go back just to see what's going on. It's just kind of, you know, you look like a damn tourist at Disney World for crying out loud. Like you just stick out like a sore thumb, and that wouldn't be really much fun or anything to do. So I I think if somebody came back from the future, they would just be walking around. Like you may run into somebody from the future and never know it because maybe there's laws that say they can't interact or change it at all. So they can't really tell you anything. They just have to interact with you like everything's happening the same time that they're in. So I don't think this is a future thing. Aliens possibly could be, or preparation for the aliens. Like I said, if we're getting communications back that there's an alien force entering our universe, you might want to get ready in case they are hostile. Hoping they're not, but get ready in case they are. Could you imagine an alien attack on the Earth? Okay, just suspend your thought of reality for a minute. Go into a illusion world where things are blowing up, stuff's going all over the place, nobody knows who's in control, stores are being looted. I know for some areas of the country that was a norm, but think about it. Like people like running, having to create a force, having the military attack. Will the military be able to hold them off? What happens if they don't? What society look like from there? Like, think about it for a minute. Like, I think the amount of stupidity that you think is going on now, just amplify that by 10 if there was an alien invasion coming. Just turn that dial, turn that sucker right up to 10. That's what you would have. That's insane. I hope to not be here when this happens. I don't want to experience it. I went through COVID. It sucked. That's why I'm angry. I don't want to do it again. Don't want to do it again. So, yeah, it's insanity. It's craziness. It's who did it? Who put the drones in the air? Who's responsible? And what happens if they just disappear in a week? Like, how much stuff has gone on that just days later stops happening and nobody talks about anymore? I say the average cycle for a news story right now is about 3 days. So if they just disappear in about 3 days, no one's going to be talking about it. No one's going to care about it. And then you're going to wonder, hey, what happened? What happened? Okay, I'm going to address this comment. Star Trek came back to get whales. They did, but they tried their hardest, with the exception of Spock. They tried their hardest to fit in with, I believe it was 90s America. Actually, may have been 80s America. They tried. You try not to cloaking. That's a very good thing. They had cloaking on their ships, okay? So, don't you think if aliens were going to bring in these drones, they'd cloak them so you couldn't even see them? Just saying. Like, if it's us or a country on this earth, no one's got cloaking technology apparently, or at least wants to expose it yet. So they're being seen by people taking video, taking photos. So it's not somebody trying to hide. It's somebody who wants you to know they're there. But what exactly are they there for? That's the question. That is the question to think about. All right. So let me take a quick pause for a minute. I'll be right back. All right. I'm back. Just so everybody here knows, it's going to be a bit of a long show. So, all right. I needed that. Holy cow. All right. So we go from foreign planets to foreign countries. Let me start off this conversation with saying I love Canada. I've been there several times. Great people, very hospitable. I love Canada. It's a great country. It's very nice in the fall. I have a little soft spot up there. Almost moved up there once. Was trying to at least. And well, they're not doing so good up there. So Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is now being called on to resign. And the reason he's called on to resign is, well, he barely made it through his last election. He only won by about 2%. And the fact that he's now touting his economy as being the greatest economy out there, and that the way we can keep it going is to simply just spend more money through the government. That's the way to keep it rolling. That's the way to keep it going. But bad news for him is his finance minister, Freeland, Cynthia Freeland. Yeah, she got up and left. She resigned Monday, wrote a letter to him, and basically said that your ideas are the dumbest ideas I have ever heard of. And said, I'm not going to be a part of anything that's coming forward. There are multiple parties because they do have about 6, we'll say major parties up in Canada, and they are all calling on him to resign. When is he actually going to resign? I'll say this, within the next 3 months. I think he's got 3 months on him. Trump has already announced there will be a 25% tariff on all goods and services coming from Canada. So, with that not being able to be negotiated too well by Trudeau, a lot of people are thinking, like, well, stuff's going to get more expensive. They're not going to order as much. We won't be able to export as much out there. So, a lot of jobs may be lost. Their housing market is struggling. Prices are still going up. And the way they do it there is they have much shorter mortgage cycles. I believe they're only about 5 years or so. And then they just refinance. So if your house price is really high and you get a high mortgage rate, you're not really being able to survive too long. And then if it recycles even higher in 5 years, like you can't lock it in like we can here with a 30-year. With a 30-year, you get a low rate, you lock it in. That's your rate the whole 30 years. Like it's not going anywhere. So you're pretty much paying the same payment unless insurance or taxes go up. You're making the same payment every month. Up there is completely different, and it is taking a toll on it. They've had previous instances where, the truckers were being told they couldn't drive without COVID vaccines, the, numerous COVID shutdowns they went through. Like, it has taken a toll on that economy up there in Canada that people are just sick of it now. They don't see a way that this could get better. And now they are actually standing up now and saying to Justin Trudeau, it's time for you to go, buddy. It's done. And they're not the only ones. Germany's chancellor has actually gotten a vote of no confidence, and he may be out the door. So if you've been following the show the last couple of weeks, we had, South Korea, their president, go total, I don't know, insane with his martial law for a night. We had France lose their prime minister. We had Germany, they're about to lose theirs. Canada's up for who knows what. China's not doing great. The UK is in shambles right now. And the US is just cycling over. Now, going into economics on this, there is actually a Fed meeting this week. The consensus is there is going to be a Fed rate cut, probably only a quarter of a point. So you'll see a little bit of a drop in interest rate on your credit cards. If you're going to get a new auto loan, kudos to a few people who I saw got new vehicles in the last week. It's the best time right around Christmas time. People, they want to move those vehicles for the end of the year. It's a good time to get a decent deal. And if you go, probably wait till after Christmas, but before, well, even into the New Year's week, the sales will go till about the 3rd or so. The interest rates might actually be a little bit lower, so you might even get a better deal. Because it'll be about a whole point down than it was 6 months ago. So everyone is now trying to lower their interest rates and see if they can hit this soft landing they were talking about. And word is, well, if you just pay attention to everything, more like it, the insiders are saying, no, that's not what's going to happen. Like, these economies are just taking too much of a hit with lost jobs and not being able to bring people back on. A lot of people are on unemployment. They're running out of unemployment, and there's nowhere that's really hiring that makes any good money. Now I see, Target was hiring for holidays, Walmart, FedEx, UPS, but those are holiday positions. They're going to come in, they're going to do a couple months. A few may stay on, but most of them will be let go after the holidays. So it's like, where do you go from there? Um, so this this soft landing everyone was talking about is not looking like it's going to happen. And now with Trump coming in, we have to see how the tariffs play out, see how, countries negotiate or not negotiate. Certainly looks like Mexico is not in the negotiating bin. That new president, she just doesn't care. She thinks she can get around everything. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. And now Canada is getting tossed into the bin of, well, Trudeau doesn't look like he really knows what to do. And it's sad because there's some really nice areas up there and there's some nice people up there. Um, I know quite a few Canadians, and I hate to see it that, they're going through this when this is purely just political stunts. This is nothing more than that. They can work on doing a deal to get these tariffs taken off, make some kind of, negotiations with the incoming administration and get it taken care of. Get the economy back on track. Stop spending government money. Get it to the people. Tax breaks. Not, hey, we're just going to hand out $500 to everyone. That causes inflation. We've already seen it. So bring it back. Get the inflation down. And don't, here's a term. Here's a good term. Deflation is what we want. We want deflation. We're negative inflation. If you see inflation went down to 2.2% this month, or inflation went down to 1.9% this month, that's not deflation. That's disinflation. That is where the price of goods is still going up. It's just not going up as much as it did last month. So you don't want that. You don't want prices still going up. A lot of people are struggling. This is the holidays now. You're trying to buy extra gifts for your family. You're trying to buy extra stuff for yourself. And you can't do it because heating oil went up, gasoline went up, housing rent went up. Like, come on. That's the problem everyone's seeing right now is they're not seeing the lower prices. They're not seeing a way to get back to those prices. And now the governments are taking it. And now they're going to hear it. And now there might be some change coming. So stick around for that. As I said, the Fed meeting will be, I believe, over Tuesday and Wednesday. So they'll get a decision out, I believe, Wednesday after 2. Again, don't be surprised. Quarter point. If it goes 50, panic button has been hit. I would just probably dial back the Christmas shopping a little bit then. Just to be on the safe side. But I think just quarter point, then they're going to wait and see how things go. They're going to wait and see how the new administration comes in, who they're working with, and they'll go from there. I'm feeling like the spring summer is going to be a little rough, but fall's going to be good. So they may only do another 2 rate decreases next year, and then they'll go from there and see how they can contain everything that's going on. It's going to be a wild year next year, just because these tariffs, a lot of governments are just realizing they're actually going to happen to them, and now they're scrambling and trying to make deals and trying to work with people and figure out what's going on with everything. So that's part of what you're seeing with these. Oh, this government has a no confidence vote. This government is changing this. This government is changing that. It's them actually realizing, hey, it's coming. It's like getting a credit card bill. when you realize, "Oh my god, I spent all this money, what do I do?" Now, you gotta actually sit down, figure it out, and you might have to change a few things in your life. So that's the economy in a nutshell right there. And I hope I hope Canada can pull out of it. It's a really great country if you ever get to go visit it. A lot of fun. Go August to September time. Phenomenal up there. You'll love it. And let's move on to our final and fun topics of dating in the modern world. Well, this one you might want to put the kids away to bed early for. I'm going to get into it. It's going to be great. Um, so let me get her name real quick. So there's a girl from the UK. Her name is Lily Phillips. And she is now known as the girl who did it with 100 guys in a day. Yes, I'm sure her father is so proud. So while she was doing this, we'll call it event, there was a film crew there who was filming the before, the after, kind of doing, like a behind the scenes kind of documentary style on it. And well, they released the footage and, it certainly looked like this young woman was very, very torn up about the event and, seemed like she wouldn't recommend it to people. She didn't want to do it really. She felt bad about it. Well, I guess they kind of edited it a certain way to certainly make you think that because a lot of people were talking about it and saying how, hopefully this is a lesson for other women so that you can see that, the starlight comes with a lot of problems. It's not that bright under the limelights. So, everybody took it as, well, we feel bad for the girl. I wasn't sure why you felt bad for the girl. She she is 23 years old. She made her decision. So, she got to live with what she lives with. We all have stuff we live with that we go from there. So, several days later, she then came out and stated, "Oh, she was just really tired and really, you know, that's why she looked so upset and everything." And her new goal is to go and try 1,000 men in a day. She is training and trying to do it sometime around February of next year, it looks like. Or if she can do it earlier, she's going to try to do it earlier. Um, Holy cow. Yeah. So now she wants to beat the record, which was, I believe, 944 men in a day. Which again, okay, let's let's begin with that. Number one, the record is only a record. Nobody remembers who did it. No one knows who that person was. No one knows where they did it or how they did it or any of that stuff. So it's just the record. Like, I don't know if she understands this. It's just the record. They don't care who you are. They don't care that you did it. They just care about the record. That's it. That's that's it. So if you want to set this record, think about why you're actually doing it. Number 2, you you can test and do all the precautions you want. But when it gets to that day, and if you're short 50 guys that day, you're pretty much going to be told just take whoever. Okay? That is not the greatest thing to be doing. Okay? You don't know who's going to show up, you don't know what they have, you don't know where they've been. So I'm reaching out with all the power that I have cuz I don't have a whole hell of a lot of power. And I'm stating, Miss Lily Phillips, I would certainly rethink your decision on trying to do 1,000 men in a day. Rethink it really quickly. Hey, it's cool. You got your name out. You're the hawk to a girl of the moment right now. Ride it for what it is. But seriously, they don't care who you are. The record is just a record. Okay. Nobody gives a damn. Everybody remembers who hit the most home runs, Barry Bonds. But no one gives a damn who slept with the most people in one day. They just think about it the record. Hey, that was pretty wild. So I'm telling you right now, don't freaking do it. It's gonna be bad. You're only 23. What are you gonna do? You're gonna ride this till you what 75 or something? I'm the record holder for doing the most men in a day. Woo freaking who? You get paid $150 to go to conventions. Sit there and sign a bunch of autographs. Get all bitter like Sarah J. Demand people pay her $20 for a photo of her. Yeah, go check out that video on bitter old porn stars. They're fucking disgusting, okay? Don't go down this route. Don't do it. Just you got your name out there. You got your 15 minutes of fame. Just go with that. Don't fucking do it. It's not going to be fun. It's going to be a mess. And this is just me who's done stupid shit in my life and had to live through it. It's not fun. Not fun at all. So, hopefully, somebody around her goes and talks to her. I said this to a friend when we were talking about this. I hope somebody gets to her within the next 6 months because I thought she was really depressed, possibly going to self delete. I guess that's how YouTube wants me to say it now. And I thought, somebody should step in and just, give her a helping hand, help her figure out life. It's not just quick money off the internet that never gets you anywhere. So rethink what you're doing for the love of everything that you care about. I don't care if your parents think it's the greatest thing ever. Your parents are freaking stupid. Take it from somebody and go talk to people. Talk to people who have tried it. Talk to people who have done this type of stuff before. It's not the greatest thing ever. It's not something to live by. So go 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 talk to people. Get out of that little bubble you're in where everyone thinks it's the greatest thing to ever try and go actually talk to people. And you might find out it's not the greatest thing out there. All right. Which leads me to more stuff to chat about, which I saw a story on the news. They were handing out stuff through the Salvation Army today. And the newscaster says, "Oh my gosh, we've been getting everybody here." And he said, "There was a pregnant woman who took a bus just to get here to get stuff that she needed for her family." And it dawns on me every time I hear about this single mom or pregnant woman or single, lady with child, whatever they want to say. I always ask, well, where's dad? Where's the father? Where's the man who put the baby in there? And I always get berated. I love it. And I'll purposely do it now on forums, news stories, all that good stuff. I love it. It's awesome. I say, where's dad? Why is she a single mom? Why is she pregnant and single? Why is she taking a bus when she's pregnant? Oh, well, you can't say that. Oh my gosh, that's so rude of you to say. Really? Why is it rude? It's a valid question. Do you want to pay for that child? You who's telling me I'm rude? No, you don't. Because I don't see you adopting them. It's like all those people who are like, you can't call them illegal aliens. Oh, really? Why not? They're illegally crossing in. Would you like them to come live at your house? Oh no, I don't want that. Oh, well then who cares what I call them? Who cares? Address the issue. So, why? Why was she pregnant? Why was she on the bus? Ladies, think about who you're going to have a child with. You want to sit there and think Rico Suave is the dude for you? Yet he can give a shit about you? Said here, here's a little bit of money. I got nothing else. It's not hard to work a couple jobs. I do about 3 of them now. I have worked 2 physically demanding jobs at the same time. And it's not impossible to do. If you want to provide for your family, it's not hard at all. You may have to take a second job as just working at a restaurant or something, doing some side hustles or something. Not saying you're going to have 2 40-hour work week jobs. No, that's impossible. You need sleep. You need to spend a little bit of time with your family. But certainly you can do other things to make money on the side so that could have got an extra car so she didn't have to take the bus. Or maybe they didn't even need that bag of stuff. Perhaps he had enough money to get a nice Christmas meal for her and for child. I don't know. Might want to think about who you're laying with before you start having children with them. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Or, here's the fun part. Here's the angry man version of this. Maybe she was taking advantage of the dude, and dude said, fuck this, I'm out. Maybe. Maybe. We'll never know. We can't ask her. So it's Schrodinger's cat right now. It's one of 2 things. Either he's an asshole or she was a twat and tried to take advantage of him. It's one or the other or both. We'll never know. So on that note, it's been a great hour talking with everyone. I don't want to keep you too late tonight, so let's end it with that great topic. Yeah, it's the holidays, all of them. Not even gonna go through them all. If you wish to give, give. If you don't wish to give, don't give. Like, just because there's a holiday here doesn't mean anything. I applaud the people who give when there's no holiday. Middle of the summer, you want to buy someone a present? Go for it. Hell, wrap it up even. They'll love it that much more. When it's not expected, that's when it's more appreciated. If you expect the stuff to come to you, you don't ever really appreciate it. But when it's not expected, just a surprise out of nowhere, it's so much better. So much more fun. So, yeah, you want to buy somebody something, buy it in June. They have no idea it's coming. They'll love it. All right, everyone. Have a great night. Like I said, next week I will be off pretty much the whole week. And then I'll come back for the New Year's Eve bash. We'll start it at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. And we'll roll till at least 12:30 Eastern. If I got people on, I might go later. So if you want to show up. And we might go till 2, 3 in the morning, maybe. We'll see what we can do. Um, have a great holidays, everybody. If I don't see you, not always angry. Sometimes I'll wish you a nice holiday, but for the most part, stay angry, my friends. I'll see you next time.